Alrighty, welcome into the Ride the Wave pregame show. I am your host here, Clay. Right-hand man, Adam here. And we'll have Tony on our sideline camera for you. Thank you for coming into our inaugural Game Day show. We are here right under Copper's Mountain in the valley at Paint Valley. Adam, are you pumped for our first Game Day show?
Oh, absolutely. Wouldn't want to have it anywhere else either. Just love the atmosphere here.
Oh, yeah, with the atmosphere. We got the music pumping in the back. We got our celebrity guest here ready to make his picks with us. And we are ready to start the 2023 football season. First, we want to give you a huge shout-out to Wagner's Roadhouse. They supplied us with these delicious wings this week. Mwah! Just absolutely delicious. Adam, what was your favorite sauce?
Honestly, it's kind of hard. I love the traditional, the barbecue, but their spicy barbecue was delicious.
Yes.
Same with the mango habanero. That's probably going to be one of my favorites. I didn't eat a whole lot of it, but that's because they were kind of already all gone.
Yes, and I will have to say that the spicy barbecue for myself. I love barbecue, but I love stuff with a little bit of a kick.
And it's not too spicy. It's just just the perfect amount of kick to where you know it's there.
Yeah, you know that it has a little bit of spice, but it doesn't make you want to drench your face in water.
Absolutely.
But enough talk about the wings. We also want to give a huge shout out to Paint Valley here for letting us be here for our first Game Day show, being great hosts for us. They've been nothing but helpful. They've been nothing but great hosts, and we just can't thank them enough. So give a round of applause for Paint Valley there. Thank you. But we're going to go ahead and get this started. Adam, we have a great week one stretch of games here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll say it's start of football, man. It's exciting.
Yes.
All of it is exciting.
And it almost just feels like a nice fall day out here. You know, summer's winding down. We're getting to the end. That nice fall brisk in the air. You got the teams warming up behind us. Football is back, baby. We had a couple of games that we were excited for. I know, Adam, you had one. What was the one that you were wanting to talk about?
The game I'm always most excited for is going to be Unyota, Vinton County. Being a Vinton County guy, to me, that kind of just symbolizes when the season starts. You know, it's always our first game. It's been our first game as long as I can remember. So I'm always real excited anytime I can watch Unyota, Vinton County.
It's almost like that game's like a staple of week one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to piggyback off of that, you know, a game that I'm pretty excited about is the Adena McLean game. Almost for the exact same reason. You know, I didn't go to Adena, I didn't go to McLean, but that is a game that week one that has just been a staple for football around this area.
It's consistent. You can count on it.
Yes, and you know you're going to get a great game, which you will this year as well. I mean, it's two very evenly matched teams. I expect for it to be a ground and pound game on both sides, which I think it's kind of a unique way to watch, you know, with two ground and pound teams, but they both are going to probably be throwing in a lot of blitz there, probably not going to be sitting back in the coverage. I think we're going to see a lot of hard hits with that game going into there. I think another game to keep on your radar, Ironton Wheelersburg.
That was what I had on my list. It's just two juggernauts going at it.
Yes.
I think in the last two, this will be the third year. So the previous 2 years they've split them. So it's kind of a rubber match coming into this one.
Yeah.
So I mean I'm always excited to watch Wheelersburg, aka Titletown, go against Ironton. It's just going to be a great game, some great football.
And Ironton can be titled as a little bit of a title town when it comes to football as well.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
They take their football real serious down there. I remember my freshman year at Chillicothe. I had only heard of Ironton. I never got to go down and experience it myself. We go down there. I see the great facility. I'm getting pumped. I'm ready to watch some good football. And we get smacked 42-0. You know what I mean? Ironton, they're just a powerhouse when it comes to playing football, man. I mean, They don't just ground and pound against you. They'll air it out. Their defense is suffocating. They're not afraid to beat you 21-0 with the 3 scores being from the defense. You know what I mean? So, but when you have Wheelersburg on the other side, they make a deep title run last year into the playoffs. Ironton actually makes it into the Final Four. I think it was the state semi-title game that they made. So for those two to just turn around week one playing each other, you know you're going to get an instant classic probably week one, Adam.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's just juicy, man. I'm ready.
It's almost like getting a little bit of playoff games, a little bit of playoff experience week one.
Exactly.
Sets the tone.
Zane Trace, they got a good matchup this week against
Logan Elm. That's another one that I was wanting to watch. So I know last year they kind of opened the season the same way. Logan Elm got the better of them. Ready to see what Zane Trace is going to do this year. I think it's going to be another great game as well.
And does Zane Trace bounce back after that year they had last year? You know what I mean? They win the title. They kind of go undefeated there. I don't know why I said kind of, because they did. But not a lot of people are expecting them to make a repeat. So do they use that as fuel going into the season, come out against Logan Elm week 1 and really set the hammer, or do they kind of, lay down and lay an egg? And there's only one way to find out. Put the two teams on the field.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And then, and then another game, Westfall. I think they go against Madison Plains. This should be a good shootout for those ones. Piketon, they're opening up this year with Goshen, I think is what that was.
I wasn't for sure how to pronounce that.
Yeah, we definitely fumbled the bag on that name, but that's what you get when you come into the Ride the Wave show sometimes.
Something you can always count on. Adina playing McLean week 1, Vinton County playing UJO week 1, and the Ride the Wave guys are going to mispronounce their names.
Exactly. There's 3 staples to your NFL season and not your NFL season.
SVC
we are in the SVC. As you can see, our words are a little off because, buddy, we are excited. It is football season to come back. Adam, I've been watching these preseason games for the NFL. I've been trying to get into it, watching these college hype videos. But tonight, the football season officially starts, and like I said, I couldn't be any more excited, and especially to be here at my alma mater. That's another game I'm excited to watch tonight, Adam, because it's going to be right here on our YouTube channel.
Oh, absolutely. I said this Paint Valley game, this Paint Valley team, we had Di on the pod earlier this year.
Yes.
Just great conversation, just great head on him. He's doing great things out here. I'm just real excited to see how this Paint Valley team is going to play.
And with that, I mean, we go talking to our fantasy. We got a couple of fantasy studs to be watching this game. We'll have Carson Free, reigning #1 wide receiver in the league last year for the SVC. I personally am excited to see what he's going to produce for my fantasy team this year. You got Braylon Robertson. He's going to get some carries tonight. We're going to run through some people, but how do those other backs get incorporated this year? I think you can see look to see a lot from Colton Yoakum coming up this year as a junior. Shock in the first round for that fantasy draft. So has a little bit of hype to live up to on our standards over here. And then you got Preston right there at quarterback. Man, I'm excited to see how he gets implemented into this Paint Valley system coming over from Hillsboro.
Yeah, so this is his first year over here, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So he did move here at the end of the year last year for baseball, had a good baseball run, and then jumped right into football this year. So he has a little bit of chemistry, but, chemistry on the baseball field versus chemistry on the football field, completely two different things right there.
Yeah, that's a game I'd love to see is Paint Valley go play in Hillsboro, because it seemed like there's a little animosity on social media coming up to this game.
Looks like a little pot stir that we started over there. Well, Adam, I think, we got 10 minutes left in our show. I think it's time to finally introduce our celebrity guest picker, the one and only Dylan Swingle. What's up, buddy?
I would have stood up, but I didn't want to look small.
Scoot over, give you a little bit of room here. Dylan, my man, welcome to the show. Are you excited for the week 1 of football?
I am. I'm excited to see what this team can do and who's stepping up. We lost a lot last year, but yeah, I'm excited. To see what this team can do.
I think Corey, he's got this team going in the right direction. I think another playoff berth is definitely in our cards for this year. But Dylan, I think we're just going to go ahead and drop right into the pick'em.
Awesome.
All righty.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and start with Piketon at Goshen. I think Piketon is going to win. I think they got a good ground attack, and I think that defense is going to be smothering for Goshen. So I will take Piketon in this one. Dylan, who do you got?
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go with Piketon for this first game.
Heck yeah. Adam?
Yeah, so it's looking like we got Piketon across the board. Like you said, that defense of Piketon is looking nice. They got a real good, solid leader there with Zane. So I think it's going to be a hard-hitting Piketon defense. I think it's going to be kind of a low-scoring game. I think Piketon's going to take the
Yeah,
dub.
and does Piketon start their title run predicted by Brock Netter 1-0 this year? We will see with that one. The next game we got up is Union at Vinton County. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. One of the staples of the SVC Week 1 going on here. I think I'm going to have to lean with Union in this one. I think that offensive power attack with new hoops and Summers in the backfield and everything like that. I just think their offense is going to be a little bit too much for Vinton County. Dylan, who do you have in this one?
I'm going to agree with you there as well. I'm going to go with Uniota. That's going to be a great game. And
Yes.
Excited to see what Hoops can do this year.
Think he's going to be putting up some big numbers in that passing game for
doubt.
sure. Adam, who do you have in this one?
So as you guys know, I drafted New Hoops first in the fantasy draft. So I do think he's going to have a good game, but I think Garrett Brown is going to have a good game as well. He's a current leading rusher of the TVC co-MVP last year. I think he's going to have a big game on the ground. I think Vinton County gets it done.
And I think that's going to be an interesting game for you to watch with your starting fantasy quarterback and running back going up against each other week 1.
I'm just glad I don't have either of the defenses.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to move on to Southeastern versus Northwest. I did kind of go back and forth on this one. I do think that Southeastern has a great passing attack this year. I think the defense is going to be good. But I did some more research on Northwest, and I think they pull this one out, and this is going to be the first SVC team I'll pick against for this one. But I think Northwest squeaks this one by with Southeastern. Dylan?
This was a hard one for me as well, but I'm going to go agree with you on this one as well. I'm going to go with Northwest.
All right, so it looks like Dylan's sticking with the geniuses over here. Adam, how about you? Southeastern, Northwest?
Well, I'm going to have to agree with you guys. I think Northwest just kind of squeaks this one out after doing a little bit of research into them. I think that they might just be a little bit too powerful for Southeastern to handle.
Oh, it looks like Tony here's got somebody with a great sign here.
I'll tell you what, you look good in a jersey, bud. I'll tell you what, you're going to be out there pretty soon here. Are you excited to play high school football eventually?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what position does your brother play?
Tight end.
Yeah, is that what you want to play? What are you thinking, linebacker? You like tackle?
Fullback.
Ooh,
Fullback.
You got a fullbacker.
All right,
I'll tell
go
you
be
what, bud, I
knocking
really
some
thank you for your
heads.
time. I thank you for your sign and keep up the spirit, buddy.
Heck yeah. And that is going to be the winner of our $20 Taco Bell gift card. So let's go ahead and give him a round of applause. Best sign of the night. All right. So, hey, I'm ready to see him put on the Pay Valley jersey here in the future. How about you, Dylan?
too.
Knocking some
No
heads.
doubt.
We're going to go on to we're going to hit our rival here, Dylan. Huntington versus East Clinton. This one for me was a no-brainer. I think Huntington wins, and I think Huntington wins big. I think they're doing great things over there. You know, last year they had a good season. I think they take that momentum into the week 1 this year, and they beat East Clinton handily. What about you, Dylan?
I agree with you as well on this one. I'm going to go with Huntington. I think they got a good team coming up, and I'm excited to see what they can do this year.
Heck yeah. Adam, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's Huntington across the board.
yeah.
I just like what they're doing out there. They just look like they're going to have a real good season. I say, it was hard to pick against the SVC schools, but
It was.
I think Huntington does it. You know, I
And
think
watch
they get
out
it
for
done.
that quarterback running back combo, man. They are both threats with their feet. So I think that would be a good thing to watch for them this year. Next game up is another staple for the first week of the SVC. We got Adena at McLean. I think this is going to be a very evenly matched team, like I said before. I think they're both two ground and pound teams with two very hard-nosed defense. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think McLean squeaks this one out over Adena, just with it being at McLean. Dylan, what are you thinking?
Another one I'm going to agree with you on.
Heck yeah.
I want to go with McLean as well on this one. Going to be a good game.
Heck yeah. Adam?
Yeah, I'm thinking that McLean's going to get a win here, just because, like what you said, is the home field advantage. I think it's going to be a close one. I think that home field advantage is going to kind of tip the scales in McLean's favor there.
Heck yeah. All right, going on now to their next game in the SVC, Zane Trace at Logan Elm. I think this will be a good game. I think the first half will be close, but I think Zane Trace in that second half with, the seniors that they have this year going off of a great season last year, I think they roll in. I don't think they have a championship hangover, and I think they actually beat Logan Elm by 2 touchdowns. So I take Zane Trace in that one. Dylan, what are you thinking?
I think Zane Trace is going to pull this one out as well. I think they're going to have a solid team again this year. So, yeah, I'm going to go Zane Trace.
Heck yeah. Adam, what are you thinking, Zane Trace at Logan Elm?
Well, I say I'm riding with Zane Trace as well. I like what I see from their defense. I think that I think that it's going to be kind of a. I think, like you said, it's going to be a close first half, but St. Trace just going to kind of bust it open. Halftime adjustments. I think they're going to be able to lock it down and kind of keep it on the lower end for Logan Elm. They're just not going to score a whole lot in the second half.
Heck yeah. So now we're going to have our last SVC game. We got Westfall at Madison Plains. Honestly, guys, I think Westfall's about to come out and throw the ball all over the place. I think Bryce Wickline is going to put up big numbers tonight. I'm expecting 3 different wide receivers tonight to have a touchdown for Westfall. So I'm going to take Westfall big over Madison Plains. Dylan, how about you?
I'm agree with you. I don't think this one's going to be close. I got Westfall and a landslide. Really.
Heck yeah. Adam?
See, I switched it up. I went ahead and went with Madison Plains. I think that I do think that Westfall is going to be able to come out and they're going to be throwing the ball a lot, but I just think that I think Madison Plains gets it done.
All right, so finally Adam disagrees with us on another one. Now we're going to jump out of the SVC for a little bit. We're going to go Waverly versus Miami Trace. Waverly is another school that we have in our fantasy league this year, and I think they are going to – that horn lets us know it's almost football time. But I think Waverly is going to squeak this one out against Miami Trace. That they have a quarterback that's a dual threat, they got a running back that's a dual threat, and they have a bunch of wide receivers. You can't double one, because if you do that, then another one's just going to beat you. So I'm going to go with Waverly over Miami Trace by at least a touchdown. Dylan, what are you thinking on that one?
I'm going to go Waverly as well. It's going to be a good game.
Heck yeah. Adam, how about you?
Yeah, I'll say I was sticking with Waverly myself. Like you said, they just got a lot of options out there. It's just a kind of an overwhelming offensive attack they got.
All right, and then we're going to go one more out of the SVC. We're going to go Jackson versus Logan. I think, I don't know a whole lot about Logan, but I know a whole lot about Jackson. I think Jackson's going to come out. They're going to start the season off big. Honestly, I think Jackson wins by 3 to 4 touchdowns in this one. Maybe even a shutout, because that defense is suffocating and is why I picked them on my fantasy team. Dylan, what are you thinking? Jackson versus Logan.
I'm going to go same here. I'm going to go with Jackson pulling out this one.
Heck yeah. Adam?
I say I would have to go with Jackson as well. That's another team you can refer to as a title town, like we were talking about with Wheelersburg and Ironton. They just got weapons. Say if you're thinking of Jackson, you're thinking of weapons. They can hurt you all over the field.
All righty, and going into our last game, it is here in the Valley. It is under Coppers Mountain. It is against Paint Valley, going into the playoffs last year, winning the game, getting bounced in the second round, versus Blanchester, going into the playoffs last year, getting bounced in the second round as well. This is going to be the second year in a row that they will be playing each other. And it looks like we have Blanchester coming out here right now, getting ready for the warm-ups. I think Paint Valley's going to definitely establish that running game early. I think that smothering defense is going to take over, and I think they're going to win this one by a few touchdowns just like they did last year, because I am 100% biased. Go Bearcats, picking PV. Dylan, what are you thinking on this one, buddy?
This is a no-brainer for me. I'm going to go with Paint Valley. I'm excited to see what this team can do this year.
Heck yeah. Adam, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm going to have to agree with you guys as well. I think it's Paint Valley's. I think, they got a couple running backs out there that are going to be really well, and then they got Carson Free.
Carson Free, man.
I think his last name's Free because he's just always breaking free from the defense. You know what I mean? I think he got that name. He kind of changed it when he got up here, started playing football.
Yes, sir. And again, that's why he's my #1 pick in fantasy. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for our very first live game day show. And when I say live, I mean pre-recorded.
Next week, live.
We thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you enjoy this live stream. Dylan, thank you for being our celebrity guest picker, dominating this like you do everything in life, my friend.
I think he got 2 picks wrong, though.
I don't know about this one. We will see you guys next week at Piketon versus Oak Hill.